What's up, guys? So, Shadeur finally gets drafted to the team no other than the Cleveland Browns. How surprising is that? Cleveland Browns love all this foolishness, man. They love it. They've been doing this for years. Look, the three teams that I wouldn't have been shocked that draft two quarterbacks in the same draft will be the damn uh, Giants, Jets, and the Cleveland Browns. Why would y'all draft Dylan Gabriel if you always had intentions on drafting Shadeur? Why? What sense does that make? Only the Browns. But and as for Shadeur Sanders, his brother, the safety, he goes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. He gets actually undrafted. He goes undrafted, but they pick up his services as a free agent rookie. So that's good that both those kids get to a team and showcase their talent. But on a serious note, they butt broke that family. They butt broke them. Oh, definitely, man. And I watched one guy on ESPN talking about, man, you need to call the GMs and call the GMs and call ownership and tell them, man, I'm sorry, man, about what I did. I'm a good kid. I'm ready to play. Man, we not begging these people. So you want us to get on the knees and beg for a job? That's what you want? That's what you want us to do? Beg for a job? We're not doing that. We're not begging these folks to. Y'all know what I'm saying. So you trying to embarrass me more to call the GMs to go try to get me on a team so I can beg them to get. If a team call, they call. If they call my number for the draft, they call my number for the draft. If I go undrafted, somebody gonna call me. We ain't doing no begging, especially the Sanders family. That's not even in Deion DNA. I ain't begging them folks to what the hell I look like. You see, that's that bullshit I be talking about. That's all that bullshit. They butt broke Shadeur. They butt broke the whole family. They really don't like the pop. They don't like his energy. They don't like a black father showing how confident and showing just the determination on just being, just walking in your confidence. They don't like that. They want you to get in line. We're going to get you in line how we want you to get in line. We're going to make you a robotic quarterback. You're going to have to code switch to get drafted. That's the goal. They get you in line how we want you to get in line. You're going to do it our way. And that's all they said, guys. They don't like that. Even now it's different with Lamar. Lamar didn't come in with all of that. Now you see him, he got his jewelry, he got his chains, his goals. They try to say some shit. But what you gonna say? I don't have no off the field issues. Just let the kid be the kid. Y'all had guys having police reports, alcoholics getting drafted first pick, first round, getting arrested for driving DUI and all of that shit. Do I need to say Baker Mayfield? Do I need to say Johnny Manziel? Guys having arrogant, just as much as Shadeur probably was arrogant to y'all, it's the same thing with Josh Rosen. He was arrogant in meetings and interviews. What's the difference? Y'all managed to pick him in the top 10? What's the difference? And the difference, I could give Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield had a hell of a career at Oklahoma. He did, guys. I ain't gonna sit there and say that. So did Johnny Manziel. But that shit still with Shadeur. Maybe you may not think he a first round draft pick, but anything under the second round is laughable. It's personal. That's when it gets personal. Then you have weird college students committing fraud and all of this goofy shit, calling him and imitating Mickey Loomis as a GM, prank calling him. I have them kids expelled. But 9 times out of 10, they're not going to get expelled because they have daddy's money. That's okay. We know how that works. Y'all go look at Shadeur Sanders prank call. It's on there on YouTube. But it's just sad, man. It's sad, but just go to work and show up, bro, and compete. Compete for the job. So the Browns have 5 quarterbacks on the roster that I know of. So Deshaun Watson, he's not going to be playing. He's injured all year. I forgot what happened with his injury on the top of my head. But it sucks for Deshaun, man. I'm a big fan of Deshaun, but it's over for him. It's over for him. He's done. So they signed Joe Flacco after that hell of a run he had 2 years ago, taking him to the playoffs. So that's a good signing. They had Kenny Pickett, garbage. In the last two quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel and Shadeur. And my thing about it is like, why would you draft why would you draft the quarterback that's better than the third round quarterback? What sense does that make? Now you're gonna put Dylan Gabriel in a tough spot because when he gets to play, he throws his first two picks. You know the fans gonna be clamoring for Shadeur. So why would you even put him in that spot? It's a circus. It's gonna be a circus. There was no reason for that. Only Browns pull shit off like this. I'm telling you guys, anytime when Dylan Gabriel gets his chance, because he's gonna be over him on the depth chart. Because then at the end of the day, if you do have Shadeur over him on the depth chart, then Dylan Gabriel gonna be like, bro, y'all picked me before him. Why am I under him? So it's gonna be a QB competition with everybody, but it's just foolishness. That didn't make a lot of sense, but only Browns can do that. And as for Shadeur, man, just compete. You know, they counted a lot of people out. Kurt Warner didn't get to the league until he damn near was 30, and he balled out his first year. Won a Super Bowl ring. I think he won MVP that year. See what I'm saying? Tom Brady, 6th-round draft pick. GOAT. Joe Montana. Drew Brees, 2nd-round pick. Even Tony Romo was a low-round pick. You know what I'm saying? He still managed to have a successful career, despite what anybody got to say. Tony Romo still had a productive career. I don't care what nobody say. So make a name for yourself. Show these people why all this extra bullshit don't matter. Show them. Show them that it's my play on the field. Show them that. Show them that my play on the field is going to supersede whatever y'all think about my personality. And they're going to be looking stupid. They're going to be looking stupid. That's all they want to keep doing is shutting us up and trying to just don't bring in your vibrant personality. They don't like none of that. They want you to be robotic. They want you to be a Russell Wilson robot. They want the professional guy, and that's fine. But don't give me his professionalism is that's a problem. Y'all didn't say nothing with Johnny Manziel. Y'all didn't say nothing. The only person that said something was Merrill Hodge. And Merrill Hodge don't have a job. Because you know why Merrill Hodge don't have a job? Because he was right. Merrill Hodge was like, bro, I would not draft this kid. Johnny Manziel had a lot of weaknesses. A lot of weaknesses. And it showed his ugly head. It showed his ugly head. So don't give me nothing about the professional. The only thing I could give Shadeur guys that I'm going to be honest with. I tell it how it is. Dog, y'all can't be turning down jobs, bro. You're not a number one pick. You're not John Elway. You're not Eli. You can't be turning down, don't telling teams to don't draft me. This is the shit that can happen. You play where you go. If you're not the consistent number one pick, you play where you go for the most part, bro. You think Paul Pierce wanted to go to the Celtics? He grew up in L.A. He was a Lakers fan. I don't think Caleb Williams was too enthusiastic about going to the Bears because there's rumblings about he didn't want to really go there. You know what I'm saying? You play where you go. And then if you don't like how it is, then you leave in free agency. But you play where you go. You don't have the ability to do that. Cam Ward probably got the ability and not use. I'm going to be honest, bro. When it comes to our quarterbacks, we still don't really have the ability to pick where we're going to go. Because they try to do that with Caleb. And Caleb was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just go to the Bears. So Cam Ward couldn't even do that. We don't have the ability to really call the shots, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to say that. Because if we do it, our character is bad. Oh, he's being selfish. When Eli and John Elway do it, they're fine. They one in the generation. I'm just being honest. We don't have the ability to do everything. I hate to say that. So, as far as I'm concerned, the team, we see what the Browns do. They're trying to get the defense back. They took a step back, and that's why they made the playoffs 2 years ago with Flacco, because his defense was playing at a high level. So they drafted Mason Graham. They're trying to stop the running game, opposing teams, and obviously they got Denzel Ward, that is one of the great cover corners. So they just trying to get the defense back and just try to build a solid program. So it's good to see that. They don't have Nick Chubb, but they drafted, I think, the Junkins kid out of Ohio State. So they just got to get a quarterback, and it's just disappointing where Deshaun Watson's career has turned itself to, because, just years ago he was battling with Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs as one of the elite quarterbacks. Me living in Houston, the city was buzzing for Deshaun Watson, guys. So, it's just sad to see. But when you miss so much time during all of that foolishness he was going through, man, you forget how to play the position. He doesn't even really know how to read a defense anymore. His mental clock is always it's always a second slow. You're holding on to the ball too long. It's just like he don't look sure of himself in the pocket anymore. And then when you sit there and make a 3-step drop, you overthrowing balls into the sky. He's missing people like they Shaquille O'Neal. Like, it's just sad to see where his career has turned. But, this just goes to show, you draft 2 quarterbacks and you bring in Flacco, your career for at least the Browns is over with. But I think he can still go pick up a backup job and start over, bro. Shit, Carson Wentz had to, so it's just part of the game. But like I said, guys, Shadeur just got, it's just all politics with him. There's no reason why you should have won in the 5th round. They just trying to make an example out of the family. And they're going to show any other quarterbacks that's doing that. They're not playing that. They don't want no arrogance. They feel like if you're coming in here arrogant, you're coming in here calling your own shots, we're going to get you in line, because your name is not bigger than our NFL. It's not. I hate it. That's just facts. So if you don't want to get in line, they're going to get you in line, or they're going to make an example out of you. So I'm out.